Hello and welcome to part 6 of our 2018 Tuner's Edge GTR Challenge coverage. Now we've already taken a look at the solo runs and checked out each car, and now it's time for some good old-fashioned heads-up drag racing. It's the Maatouks Racing GTR Drag Battle Shootout. Now the premise is simple. The cars line up, whoever they're next to is who they race, the loser parks it, and the winner goes through to the next round until we have a winner. Let's check it out.
Our first pairing in the Maatouks Racing GTR Drag Battle Shootout, Noor El Jamis up against Pele. Both Maatouks-tuned car. Pele bogs it, so does Noor. Now it's who can get back on boost quickest, side by side at third track, and it's all about horsepower from here on in. It looks like Pele's got more of it. 10.649, but 163 mile.
Stuffed up big time at the start, bogged it big time, re-clutched it, and just had enough legs to get around Noor, but it was a cracker race, man. It was side by side most of the way, so yeah, it was good.
Two R33s head-to-head now. Pete with GTR 900, built and tuned by CID in the right lane, up against Edgar. But Pete pops a cherry on the tree. He has red lit, and it is game over for him. Edgar stays on it for a bit, but realises now he doesn't need to stay on it. Gets off it early, 10-0 at 111.
Yeah, he jumped the line, so that made it easy.
Our next pairing now, Mark Perotta from Victoria. Hollinger 6-speed up against Adam Niche. Adam is out of there. Mark, though, has popped a cherry on the tree. He must have rolled forward and broke the beam. Meanwhile, Adam Niche is out of there with a stonking 9.3 at 164.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. I think I got a decent reaction and pretty good takeoff. Yeah, it was a nice run. I was happy with that. I'm curious to see what I did.
Well, now it is the OG Godzilla up against the new school Godzilla. Yanni versus Nick. Nick is out of there. Good reaction. Clean green. Yanni now needs to try and drive past him. Nick's car not looking very strong. Might be a problem. Yanni sails past with a 10.2 at 139.
Yeah, it didn't launch like it has been. But, yeah, just pretty much stayed into it and caught him.
Amir's frying a baby 2.6 up against Mark's 3.2 litre with the Nitto Stroker, but they both run a precision 6870. Let's see what happens. Amir, great launch. He is out of there. Mark has bogged it down, and it's pretty much game over. Amir is going to fly through for the win. What's he going to run this time? PB 9.5 at 155 for the little 2.6.
Took off very well. We boosted it a bit, so it's taken off nice and good. I'm 1.560 footing, so I think I've perfected it all day, so pretty happy with that.
Another baby 2.6 up against the big 3.2 5-speed versus sequential. Chris needs a miracle if he wants to try and get a win here. Good greens for both, and Josh is simply out of there. A better launch and more power, banging through that PPG sequential. 9.2, 160 mile an hour.
Fantastic. Car's feeling good, and hopefully we can get another pass in cleanly.
A very popular car, Anthony's War GTR, freshly built by CID, 3.2 stroker has gone low nines already up against Brandon's R32 GTR from Maatouks Racing. 5-speed, 2.8. What happens here? Brandon's got wheel spin while Anthony bogs it down a little bit. They're still side by side at third track, but this is where the power comes in, and Anthony storms home in the top end. 153 mile.
Pretty good. I bogged its mum, but we took the win, so can do better.
Another CID-built car with a 3.2-litre stroker and a PPG sequential. It's Bo in Red R from Tasmania. He's been super consistent all weekend. He gets a great launch this time. Mo bogs it down a little bit though. And now Bo is simply able to walk away in that R32 GTR with another 9.8, but only at 138 mile this time.
Wasn't too bad. Still not the best times yet, but we made boost that time at least.
We got the ultimate grudge match this year with Jun 2 versus King 32. We've already seen it in previous coverage, but we know you want to see it again. Robert Marjan gets the jump over Anthony Maatouks in King 32. He's out in front. He gets a little bit of wheel spin, backs out of it, which enables Anthony Maatouks to fly on by and take the win in King 32 and get the record. The bye run in the first round went to Tristan Shaw in the R32 Skyline GTR from JMA Automotive in Melbourne. So he got the free pass through to round 2, which kicks off now with Edgar in the Just Engine management-backed machine up against Pele in the Maatouks Racing-backed machine, both H-pattern 5-speeds. Low nines versus mid-lines. Let's see what happens on the tree now. Pele has a cherry on the tree. He has red lit. He's still going to go for it, though. The time will still count. Edgar doesn't need to do anything to keep that win, and Pele 9.109, 163, the record run.
He jumped again, so that's the second guy that's jumped, red lighted.
Are they scared of you or something?
Nah, man, that thing's an animal. That had me all day, every day, man.
Adam Nish in the Just Engine Management R34 GTR monster, 160 mile plus, low nines. Let's see how he goes on the tree up against Yanni in the R35. Adam gets a great leave, better reaction time, gets a great launch. He's out in front, and he has more than enough power to stay there. He will storm on home for another 9.4, 163.6 miles an hour.
Pulled up next to a CRD 35, so I was packing my undies, and yeah, gave it a good hard takeoff there. So pretty happy with that. Yeah, I was lucky, but I had a bit of wheel spin in that run, so yeah, I'll probably warm the tyres up better next time.
Another CID versus Maatouks battle. Anthony Sard, 3.2 litre. Amir in the 2.6, but Amir has popped the cherry on the tree. He has red lit. All Anthony needs to do now is sail on through for the win, but it looks like he's going to keep the foot down. Yes, he does. 9.39, 156 mile.
He red lighted. He stayed in it, so I stayed in. I did whatever I had to do to get past him, and we did it. Got a bit loose up top, but we're just around with the settings.
Our next pairing, both 3.2 litre strokers, both PPG sequential, but Bo's only got a little 67mm turbo up against Josh's 82mm turbo. Josh is going to need to outdrive him if he wants to have a chance. He had a slipping clutch on the last run. He has a huge lead over Josh Curry. Does Josh have the power in the deep end to fight back? He's closing in. Is he going to make it by the finish line? It's going to be a close battle. Josh just gets there, 9.42 at 160. Wow.
Oh man, it's just too much to worry about now. It's my first time actually racing against other people, so trying to get the light down pat and getting a perfect takeoff on a street surface is very hard, but we're working on it.
Anthony Maatouks back on the start line with King 32. Is he going to try and get the win, or is he just going to worry about trying to get another record? He hangs back, wants that perfect launch. He is on song now. He doesn't care about taking the win. Tristan's probably going to keep that, but Anthony Maatouks will run another record, 8.372, 175, but Tristan gets the win with the 10-1.
So you just beat King 32, huh? Yeah. Were you waiting for him to come by? I got GDO challenge!
Into round 3 of racing now. Josh Curry doing very well for his first time going head-to-head. They launch together. They're side-by-side at a quarter track. Now it's going to be about who's got the most horsepower. Josh Curry bangs through that PPG sequential for another 9.3, 159 mile to get the win.
Awesome. We're stoked. We're actually so happy, man. The car's made it this far, and we're really looking to push.
Well, Tristan's had it pretty easy so far. A bye run in the first run, then up against Maatouks, who only wanted a time. But he's got the jump on Adam Nish. Proves he can drive against that tree. Adam's got a fair bit more horsepower, though. He's banging through that PPG sequential and drives around him up top. Goes through the traps for a 9.342 at a stonking 166 miles per hour.
Oh, mate, my heart's racing, eh? We had a bit of an episode there. Got a little bit smoky, but I saw him there and I just had to stay on it and, yeah, take him out.
Well, now it's finals time and two very worthy contenders, both in the low 9s. Josh has the quicker ET, while Adam has the higher mile an hour, 166. Both up on the tree now. Let's see what happens. Adam Nish is out of there too quickly. He pops a red. Josh knows he's got the win. Adam has backed out of it, but Josh is going to sail through, try and put another number on the board. What can he do? 9.161, 159 mile an hour to take the win.
I'm actually stoked. I'm so relieved we did it. It was just a great feeling.
Well, that brings us to the end of our 2018 Tuner's Edge GTR Challenge coverage. Now, the Maatouks Racing GTR Drag Battle Shootout had it all. They had the big grudge match, they had some close races, some big upsets, and our winner did it on their first time drag racing. Well done to Josh and the guys from B2R Motorsport. Now, don't forget, if you want any of our GTR Challenge merchandise or any of our GTR merchandise or headlight ducks, head to our online store through our website, motivdvd.com. Now, don't forget to subscribe, as our next episode we kick off the 2018 Tuner's Edge Drag Battle coverage.
Hey, you don't look as much like a bikie today, because you haven't got a Gucci shirt on or something.
Mate, there's a bum bag in the back. Ready for a good day?
Get it out. Get the bum bag. Where's the bum bag?
I don't have one. I'm a ride lebo.
Anthony's helmet makes his head look too small for his body.
It's his helmet, mate. It's his helmet. Ready for battle. Excuse my French.
Welcome to Australia, Kyle.
Whoever this came from, thank you.
Do that again. Get his hair right. Get his hair right.
Combo, no pickles, extra onions, and a water.
What the?
Hello.
Look, pretty good. I bogged its mum. Yeah, bogged its mum.
Anthony. Is this getting annoying or what?
No, he was a bit slow. He was a bit slow.
Hi, Todd.
Oh my god.
Tastes like Nissan. Sorry, it tastes like Nissan.
I don't talk to them, I abuse them.
Just be lazy and do it a million times. That's basically the secret. We're going to make it happen. We're going to change the world. One 24-hour halal snack pack joint at a time.
Yeah! AJ number one.
Hello, mate.
Hi, Andrew.
You have another record to your name.
I like to say Cootamundra. Beep.
That's the wind.
Kyle, what's the technical term for that?
You can actually see the numbers.